Totally.
So, of course, lineage, yes, hello. I wanted to talk about light codes not being an actual workshop.
Yeah, dude.
Let's reinvent the workshop, shall we? And also, this ascension symptoms. There was going on about, she said, but I just thought that was an ascension symptom. I said, that's a fucking crock, right? So I plugged in ascension symptoms. Now, what did I put? Ascension symptoms.
I've seen those.
Into Google search. There's a fucking website called ascensionsymptoms.com. I mean,
dude, I've seen like little articles that were like the symptoms of
if
ascension.
You got a runny nose,
and they would
you're
have like
ascending.
a list of 12.
Yeah, I know, I've seen those too.
But it was just like, fuck off. Like, it just, a lot of it was like, well, you should be moving through that shit. Like, it sounded really weird.
But I mean, like, I can see some of these things. Like, here I am on Cedar Rivers. No, here we go. We'll go to Ascension Symptoms because that's just blown my mind that there's a fucking website called Ascension Symptoms. Okay, stomach and digestive issues. Perhaps it's all the GMO fucking corn you're eating. I mean, candida people, it's like, loss of appetite.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be eating the fucking food that's available either. Cold and flu-like symptoms. Well, I do dig that. Right, but frequent headaches, have a look at what Archon's feeding off you people.
Well, that's with the digestive thing, immediately that's what I was thinking. Someone's fucking plugged in there.
Right.
Someone's plugged in. What
Changing
the fuck?
sleep patterns because you've got fucking ning-nongs at you in dream state. Hearing sensitivity and sound. Well, of course, there's that thing where they've changed the, 432 frequency to a 440? It was some...
With the ringing.
Yes, and that's where the tinnitus comes on from. So, like, make yourself immune to that fucking thing. I suppose I sound like I'm raving, but what I'm looking at these things. General body aches and pains, tension and soreness, not caused by injury or exercise.
I just find all that fucking dodgy because,
And there's an expanded version. I mean, changes in hearing or sensitivity to sound, hearing strange sounds, tones or frequencies in your ears, whooshing, buzzing or ear-popping pressure. Fine. Increase in sensitivity of smell. Fine. It's all this idea of, your senses are coming to you and, getting all juju, and hopefully that sixth sense is opening up, and so that's why you're having these extra hearings, etc. But just some of the things I don't like, I just think they're... they are
a lot of...
Well, they're a symptom of ascension because you're getting higher and higher and higher. Your vibration, you're sticking out of the soup. Do you know what I mean? So you're like a little bit targeted now. So all the more reason,
because it all feels like more attacky stuff rather than actual, like, this is just what we all go through naturally and we must just accept as it is because it means we are enlightened. I mean, like, fuck off. To me, it doesn't actually... like, that doesn't feel real. It just feels like bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, so you're getting attacked. What's next? What can we do to clear that shit? Because why the fuck do you want to live like that? And go, oh, it's...
But I'm ascending.
Yeah, it just seems like bullshit.
But then on the same one a little bit later it says, so this is when you are ascending, then you start to feel like this. And it's, everything's joy, grace and ease, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, hang on, when did I cross from ascension symptoms to ascending? It's like, how did I get that? Did I move through my sudden tolerances and allergies to certain foods and other products and chemical sensitivities?
Yeah. Or maybe it's even like people turn it into a goal as well. If I feel like shit like that, it means it's good. They don't want to change that. Yeah.
What was that one? The integration.
What about integration?
Well, that Fred, one of your clients that likes to get jiggy with a bit of sickness, therefore something worked. Or, some people are like, oh, I was just bedridden for days afterwards. It was such a good healing. It's kind of like, sometimes you are going to go down. You got to get rid of the shit that's stored in the physical. But not all the time. Don't make that your go-to.
There's a few people who've come through a session and they've been exactly like that. Like, not just the extreme one, but like having a couple of days of just headaches and pains and feeling like shit, and then they break through and it's like bliss city for like a couple of weeks.
Great.
And but there's only a few people and it's consistently like that.
Have a look
That's
at
not
it. I'd be interested to know because I think there's something there. It's like a programmed recovery. You know, they've all been to the same healer that's told them, now you're going to integrate. You're going to be shit for a few days, but after that you're going to be fabulous. You know?
I've heard that from other healers.
Really?
Like
I'd never say that to
Well,
someone. The psychosomatic part there in suggestion, it's like, why not suggest something that's fucking good instead of something that's detrimental? Because, you know, it's almost like a hypnotic state sometimes when people are finishing a session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still locking and loading into their psyche. So what you say matters.
Very much. Kind of, now that we're talking about it, I'm kind of going, fuck. What have I said in the past that may have kind of...
Oh, what? It's the past. Just now go in, straight in that sacred neutral and fix it. Just return it all that energy, all that angst, and start from this 0 point back to all other points that it's all A-okay. Because there is no time really.
No, this is true. Oh, yes. No, I dig it. I'm getting that experience of real timelessness more and more in the neutral. That neutral, oh.
I know, right?
Rug.
Blessings and blessings.
But no, I get the whole timelessness thing.
Is the neutrals achievable? You know, sometimes the idea of nirvana or bliss is very hard for people, right? Because it's so far away from how they feel. But to achieve the sacred neutral, I've always seen people be able to achieve it. It's not hard in the sense of, 40 years of, it's like just a simple, it's like a simple drop-in process and you're there and you know it. It's so intrinsic to yourself. So it's not like something you have to keep going to. It's like locked and loaded, there you go. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a trying. It's not a trying.
We know you love to try.
I know that. But I've learned how not a trying it is by trying so much.
I'm so tried.
With Thomas Edison, I learned how. What is that? The light bulb guy.
Oh yes.
He was asked, how did you go with failing 1,000 times before you actually invented the light bulb? And he goes, I just found 1,000 ways not to do it.
Nice.
And that's how I kind of sort of feel about my tryingness into getting to the neutral. Is that I found a whole lot of ways of how not to do it.
But that's it. It's always attitude. And it's not flippant shit like, everything's fine. It's not that at all. It's just knowing that your experience of the reality is yours. So fucking make it what you want.
Yeah.
Drop the victim. Step into the responsibility. Only I can change it. Rock and roll. There you go. I feel like I'm fucking preaching. Oh, is that nice?
But it's...
Father Vicky. Oops.
I dig it. But I get it. I do. I genuinely get it. There's no other really way to put it.
It's right up there with Ascension symptoms. So there you go. All I'm saying with Ascension symptoms is just look beyond it, people. It's a little bit trite, See if it's not something that's actually wrong.
I just hope when I read that, I just think people might get caught up in it. So I find it worrisome that people think, well, I have to feel like shit in order to feel like I'm doing well.
I know, right?